Tourism Pathshala, it will transform your dream into reality.
Good evening. Today you are going to learn Herzberg Motivation Hygiene Theory. This theory, is based on two factors. Number one, hygiene factor. Number two, motivating factor. Herzberg felt that satisfaction and dissatisfaction do not exist on the same continuum, but on dual scale. So Herzberg motivation theory is based on the two situations, at the two job situations, job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction. Herzberg, in other words, Herzberg called the hygiene factor could cause the person to become unhappy with their job, and that is the related with the dissatisfaction. This time, this thing, including pay, job security, physical work environment, could never bring about the job satisfaction. Second position is a motivating factor. On the other hand, can increase job satisfaction. So, giving employee things such as sense of recognition, responsibility, or achievement can bring the satisfaction about. So, these are the related, the motivating factor. Frederick Herzberg explored the question, what do people want from their job? He did this through asking various people about the situation and event at work when they felt exceptionally good or bad about their job. Herzberg's collection of information revealed that intrinsic factor. So very interesting, intrinsic factor related to job satisfaction. So all intrinsic factor is related to the job satisfaction, and extrinsic factor is related a job dissatisfaction. When extrinsic factor is the external factor created the job dissatisfaction. So motivation creating the job satisfaction, the intrinsic factor are number one, achievement. Number two, recognition. Number two, work itself. Number three, responsibility, advancement, and growth. This is called the job satisfaction, motivating. And hygiene factor or dissatisfaction, creating the job dissatisfaction, such as the supervision issues, company policy, relationship with the supervisor, working condition, salary, relationship with peers, relationship with subordinate, status, security. It can be the situation which create the job dissatisfaction. Now, a job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction are controlled by the different factors. Herzberg concluded that job satisfaction was not the opposite of job dissatisfaction. This is the very important. Job satisfaction was not the opposite job dissatisfaction. In contrast, the accepted theory at that time, Herzberg believed that job satisfaction was distinct and separate entity from job dissatisfaction. That's why in my first sentence, Herzberg felt that job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction do not exist at the same continuum but on dual scale. And Herzberg therefore decided the opposite of job dissatisfaction was simply as a work environment containing no dissatisfaction. The opposite of job satisfaction was an employee feel no satisfaction. I repeat again, Herzberg therefore decided the opposite of job dissatisfaction was simply a work environment containing, that is called no dissatisfaction. The opposite of job satisfaction was an employee feeling no satisfaction. So, extrinsic factor do not motivate employee. Herzberg referred to this as a hygiene factor, and intrinsic factor were called the motivator factor as an obvious reason. And job from 1960 to 1980s, Herzberg theory of motivator or hygiene factor was widely popular after after the other studies. After the other study, it was implicit, but its principle can still be found within other motivation theory. So next important motivation theory, McClelland's theory of need. McClelland theory of need is based on three components: achievement, affiliation, and power. David McClelland proposed that an individual's specific needs are acquired over time, are shaped by one's life experiences. Most of these needs can be classed as achievement, affiliation, or power. David McClelland proposed that an individual's specific needs are acquired over time, are shaped by one's life experiences. Most of these needs can be classified as achievement, affiliation, and power. McClelland theory sometimes is related to the three-need theory or as a learned need theory. McClelland used projective technique called thematic aptitude test to measure people in three dimensions: the need for power, achievement, and affiliation. Need of power can be revealed in socially acceptable ways, demonstrating a socialized power orientation, or in selfish, inconsiderate way, a personalized power orientation. In the case of selfish, in case of personalized power orientation, demonstrating a socialized power orientation is called socially acceptable need of power. Those with strong need for achievement enjoy competition against some standard and unique accomplishment. People with strong need for affiliation are particularly concerned with being liked and accepted. People with strong need for affiliation are particularly concerned with being liked and accepted. The need for achievement, the people with high need for achievement seek to excel, thus tend to avoid both low risk and high risk situation. Achievers avoid low risk situation because the easily attained success is not a genuine achievement. In high risk project, achievers see the outcome as one of the chances rather than one's own effort. Next, need for affiliation. Those with high need for affiliation need harmonious relationship with others people and need to feel accepted by others people. They tend to conform to the norms of their work group. And need for power, personal need for power is the end power, can be one of two types of personal and institutional. Those who need personal power want to direct others. This need often is perceived as undesirable. Persons who need institutional power, also known as social power, want to organize the effort of others to further the goal of the organization. Managers with high need of institutional power tend to be more effective than those with the high need for personal power. In the case of management, is a very important. An assessment need. McClelland used the thematic appreciation test as a tool to measure the individual need of different people. The TAT is a test of imagination that presents the subject with a series of ambiguous pictures, and subject is asked to develop a spontaneous story of each picture. This assumption is the subject will project his or her own need into the story. Okay, now the thing is, as a psychologist, McClelland have developed fairly reliable scoring technique for the thematic appreciation test. The test determines the individual score for each of the needs of the achievement, affiliation, and power. This score can be used to suggest type of job for which the person might be well suited. Now the thing is a very important area, implication of management. People with different need are motivated differently. High need for achievement. High achievers should be given challenging project with reachable goal. They should be provided frequent feedback. And while money is not an important motivator, it is an effective form of feedback. Number one. Number two, high need for affiliation. Employee with high affiliation need to perform best in cooperative environment. And the third, high need for power. Management should provide power seekers the opportunity to manage others. Management provide power seekers the opportunity to manage others. So these are the theory of important theory of McClelland achievement, the McClelland theory of need. And previous in I discussed also Herzberg motivation hygiene factor. In my previous video, I also discussed the elder for ERG theory, ERG existence need, related need, and growth need. And I also discussed in my previous video Maslow hierarchy of need, the theory of motivation. This all theory of motivation is based on the content theories or need theory and process theory. In my class, in my previous video and current video, I have already discussed theory of motivation, need theory, important need theory, all need theory, Maslow need hierarchy theory, and Larford ERG theory, Herzberg motivation theory, and McClellan personal need. And in my next class, I will discuss the process theory. There is so many important process theory available in our class. The process theory I will discuss. Already Herzberg content theory has been cleared, and ERG theory, okay, fine. Another time motivation factors, the process theory. We have famous process theories: Adams equity theory, Bloom's expectancy theory, goal setting theory, and reinforcement theory. I will discuss it in my next video. Thank you.